Senate is about Nigeria and Nigerians.
Hello and welcome to Inside the Senate, your window into the activities of the Red Chamber at the National Assembly. I am Aisha Mohammed Ahmed, your anchor. Because the Senate is currently on recess, last week we commenced a review of major happenings in the life of the 10th Senate. We shall continue with our review series, and this week we shall be looking at some oversight visits by some committees of the Senate from last year. We shall also bring you an interview with the Chairman, Senate Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters, Senator Mohammed Tahir Muguno, where he will be talking about plans of the 10th Senate for the Nigerian Judiciary. Details of these and more when the program resumes after the break. Please stay tuned.
We are fighting for this democracy. This country will definitely improve in terms of development and progress.
Nigerians deserve better living.
What is the team and the legislature, they are going to put in their best for a better Nigeria.
Welcome back. Like I mentioned at the beginning, we shall be reviewing oversight visits by Senate committees, both standing and ad hoc. We will start with a visit to the Army headquarters in Abuja by the Senate Committee on Army. This was on Wednesday, 25th of October 2023. The visit was described by the committee chairman as a familiarization visit. For a review of what transpired, let's take our first report as compiled and presented from our studio.
The Senate Committee on Army, led by its chairman, Senator Abdulaziz Yar'Adua, was warmly received at the Army headquarters by the Chief of Staff, Lieutenant General Taoreed Lagbaja, and other principal officers of the Nigerian Army headquarters. In his remarks during the visit, Chairman of the committee pledged the unwavering support of the Senate to the Nigerian Army in tackling security challenges.
We all know what the Army has been doing in terms of ensuring the safety of lives and also performing its statutory function as mandated by the Constitution.
According to Senator Yar'Adua, the Senate intends to ensure that the Army achieves all it requires to function optimally. He then called on the Army to cooperate with the Senate so that they can work together. Speaking earlier, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Taoreed Lagbaja, appreciated the committee for its critical role in promoting effective functioning of the Nigerian Army.
The feedback that we receive from you, formally and informally, and that has led in the refining of our operations and other tasks that we conduct in the field.
At the close of the visit, Chairman of the committee presented a copy of the legislative agenda of the 10th Senate Committee on the Nigerian Army to the Army Chief. On his part, the Army Chief reciprocated the gesture in appreciation for the visit. Still on oversight by Senate committees, the ad hoc committee set up by the 10th Senate to investigate the reasons behind the non-completion of the East-West Road project also embarked on an oversight of the road in question. The East-West Road is an essential link connecting the South-South, Southeast, and Western regions of the country. The ad hoc committee, led by its chairman, Senator Abdul Ningi, embarked on its fact-finding journey during which it visited Delta, Rivers, and Bayelsa states. Points visited by the committee include the Nweru Bridge in Delta State, which had suffered partial collapse due to flooding in the year 2022, Sections 1 and 2 of Kayama Ahoda Road in Bayelsa State, and Aleto Bridge, a spot between the Eleme and Onne junctions in Rivers State. Some officials of the affected states commented on the projects.
This project has now been transferred to NNPC. It's now under the NNPC tax credit scheme. They are just waiting to be mobilized. They have brought their papers for payment, which I'm aware the National Assembly is also has approved. But they have not. The NNPC have not obliged. They have not paid them. Immediately NNPC pays them now, they are going to hit the ground running. No, it's not a politics. The ones they have released money is phase 1. This one is under phase 2. The phase 1 projects have received funding.
Which ones are phase 1 projects?
Like example is Kalabayi to Odukbani.
Okay.
That section was in phase 1. But this one was considered in phase 2, which we are just waiting. We've been waiting for the
That phase
payment.
1 is which contractors?
That one is we have Samatech there, we have Julius Berger, we have CCECC.
There's going to be a new bridge. You can see the 2 bridges are substandard with the current realities now. Knowing fully well that this road leads to the airport, the traffic has increased, the volume of by traffic I mean the volume of vehicles passing this place have increased. You can see the kind of heavy trucks with the Azu load they are carrying. There's need for us now to upgrade the road.
Engineer Maroon Nora, project engineer from Setraco, shed more light on the project, challenges faced, and steps being taken to address them.
Of this portion, it has been, washed away by the flood. Even here, there was some barriers, and everything it was removed. Actually, we have submitted a proposal for this place, okay, a full repair proposal of this area, and we are, the approval has been given, but it's the main issue is the funding. And as you can see here, what you see here is a somehow motorable, motorable road. It was not motorable at all. It can be also seen in the briefs that we are going to give you in the pictures. The road was not motorable at all. It was nothing can pass. Okay, so as a contractor, we took our responsibility, and we have at least made it, accessible for the people, and it was, done. Anytime it fails, we are redoing it again,
Chairman of the ad hoc committee, while speaking to journalists, expressed his disappointment at the level of neglect of the road.
I cannot understand why this total neglect. Everybody understands what is LMA to Nigerians, not only to Nigerians. And what you see there, the bridge, you see, the deplorable condition is unacceptable. It is inhuman. And you can understand we have over 420 companies that operate around this area. For God's sake, what kind of people are we? What kind of humanity do you have? I just don't understand the logic. This is the economic heartbeat of this country. And yet nobody cares.
Senator Ningi further gave an insight into the next line of action after completing its inspection.
By the time we are in Abuja next week, we'll call the NPC, release funds to them so that they come back and start working. It won't be business as usual, and we want the contractors. Now, once we know monies are released to him, we are coming back to tell the community that monies are released to him, so that he doesn't also take the money and go and do work elsewhere.
On Monday, the 23rd of October 2023, the committee returned to the zone for a second inspection visit. This time, it paid a visit to the Akwa Ibom State Governor. In their interaction with the governor, the chairman revealed that during the committee's first inspection visit in July 2023, it realized a duplication of the contracts. According to the chairman, contracts were awarded by the Federal Ministry of Works, the Niger Delta Development Commission (NDDC), as well as several states and local governments in the region, contributing to the non-completion of the project in over 20 years.
We had quite a number of observations on what has transpired over the last 21 years. We have come to conclusion that people have not been honest and people have not been forthcoming with the much needed data and information, particularly as it relates to corruption. We want to make sure that before the end of our tenure, this road is fully completed.
The committee also visited the Cross River State Governor, where Senator Ningi assured that the committee will convene a public hearing on the East-West Road project.
This will be the first leg of the assignment. The second leg of the assignment is that we are going to have a 2 days public hearing. And in the course of this public hearing, we want to know, understand, why does the East-West Road takes this time to be completed? We want to know the financial aspects of the road. We want to know the quantum of the money that has gone into the road. We want to know from the contractors who has gotten what and how. What did he do? And we want to make sure that people have not collected Nigerian money and just disappear.
Those were highlights of some committee activities. Let's take a break here to open the Senate notebook. Keep watching.
The Senate Standing or Ad hoc Committee, as the case may be, performs its duties through various ways. It holds regular meetings to deliberate on bills or other matters referred to them by the Senate. It conducts fact-finding and investigative hearings to enhance quality of bills with a view to obtaining relevant knowledge for oversight purposes. It also visits particular sites and agencies to obtain information and facts that will help its case.
You're still watching Inside the Senate, your window to the activities of the Red Chamber at the National Assembly and its members. Another committee that carried out familiarization visit last year was the Senate Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters. The committee, led by its chairman, Senator Mohammed Tahir Muguno, made its first visit to the Supreme Court, where it met with the Chief Justice of the Federation, Justice Olukayode Ariwola. In his remark, the committee chairman stated that the purpose of the committee's visit is multifaceted, as it aims to familiarize itself with the judiciary and also monitor its progress in order for the 10th Senate to identify ways to improve the Nigerian judiciary.
My Lord, it is well-known fact that the role of the judiciary is crucial to the sustenance of democracy, and the legislature has a major role to play through legislative interventions to strengthen and guarantee the independence of the judiciary as the last hope of the citizenry. The Nigerian judiciary, as the bastion of constitutional democracy, must be alive to its adjudicatory mandate, dispensation of justice, and responsive to the yearnings of Nigerians. As such, all hands must be on deck to ensure that the principle of separation of power is sustained in order to insulate the judiciary from undue interferences from any arm of government, political parties, individuals, or group of individuals. Furthermore, it is right to state that transparent and efficient justice delivery through a robust judicial system is central to the nation's economic growth and development. And the success of effective justice system is not only measured by the number of cases dispensed with, but also with corresponding welfare packages of practitioners in the system.
In his response, the Chief Justice of the Federation stressed the need for cooperation between the three arms of government. He also called for an amendment of the Nigerian Constitution as related to the jurisdiction of the courts.
It is not the number of justices in the court that will help the nation. It is the jurisdiction assigned to the court. In the past, some matters must end at the intermediate court. Like my brothers have always said, heavens did not fall. Heavens had never fallen, despite that no pillars are holding it. If the provision of the Constitution is amended, it is our Constitution, it is our law. What should divorce, custody of children be doing in the Supreme Court? And no do again. Go back to your parents. You know, and no do again. The woman says, stay with yours. What has the Supreme Court got to do with that? Or some other similar cases? I remember not once, not twice, this court had presented our case to. This is a court, no doubt, the apex court, final court. No further appeal lies on the decision of this court. But as a policy court, let's deal with what affects the individual, what affects the economy of the nation more. And that is it.
After the meeting with the CJN, the committee proceeded to visit the Federal Judicial Service Commission, National Judicial Council, Appeal Court, National Industrial Court, Federal High Court, Customary Court, and the Sharia courts. While interacting with the chairman, Senate Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters, Senator Mohammed Tahir Muguno, he stated that oversight visits are the constitutional obligation on the Senate.
The spirit behind that is to ensure accountability and transparency in the management of public funds and to ensure that Nigerians get value for money appropriated to the various agencies, and at the same time know their challenges towards the implementation of the mandate that they were given by the respective statutes establishing them, and also to determine the number of releases that was made to them based on the 2023 Appropriation Act, how much of the releases were they able to utilize, and the challenges they have faced towards implementation of the 2023 Act with a view to providing solutions to it in the 2024 Act.
Senator Muguno expressed satisfaction with the performance level of the courts, stating that they have attained 70 to 80% implementation of their 2023 appropriation. He speaks on the observation of the committee during the oversight visits.
Well, most of the problems that we have noticed is the late releases of funds. Late releases of funds in the sense that, for example, some of them have 20 to 30% of the balance of their capital appropriation up to now not being released. Even if it is released to them, there is no way between now and December, the end of the appropriation year, they are going to utilize these funds. So that means automatically the funds will revert back to the treasury if it is not utilized. So there is a need for the Federal Ministry of Finance to release these funds early enough for the agencies in order to carry out their function or execute their projects, because non-timely release of the funds negatively impacts on execution of these projects.
In closing, the chairman leaves a message for politicians and Nigerians in general.
As chairman of the Judiciary Committee, what Nigerians to know is that, more particularly politicians, that they should learn to be gallant in defeat and magnanimous in victory, rather than casting aspersions on the integrity of the judiciary when they lose their case. Judiciary works based on evidence and facts presented before it. They then go on an expedition trip or exploration trip like Mango Park or Vasco da Gama to explore for evidence. Rather, they work only based on the evidence that is placed before them. So politicians, and more particularly their council, they should learn to bring facts, hard facts, before the tribunals and the appellate courts dealing in election petition cases, especially against the backdrop of the fact that election petitions are sui generis in nature, and proof it's either on the balance of probabilities or on the preponderance of evidence. The proof shifts to the respondent where the petitioner has succeeded in discharging the burden. But where you fail woefully to discharge that burden, you cannot shift it to the respondent.
Promote the unity, happiness, and prosperity of Nigeria. The Defense Industries Corporation of Nigeria Act, Repeal and Reenactment Bill 2023.
I made this act should be supported by all.
There are issues that we must use this opportunity to critically address.
We accord this motion the urgency and the necessity it requires.
I rise the second motion.
The ayes have it.
Those were excerpts from our chat with the Chairman, Senate Committee on Judiciary. We'll now round off the program with our profile segment. Stand by for our Senator of the Week.
Senator Augustine Okudiri Akobundu was born on March 10, 1956 in Oloko, Ikwano local government area of Abia State. His educational odyssey began at St. Joseph Catholic School, Oloko, extending to Methodist School in Aukunano, Enugu, and Government College Umuahia, Abia State. The pursuit of higher education led him to the Nigerian Defense Academy, the University of Ife, now Obafemi Awolowo University in Ile-Ife, Alliance Francaise in Lagos, and various military institutions including the Nigerian Army School of Signals, Armed Forces French Language School in Rochefort, École d'État-Major Junior Staff College in Compiègne, France, and the Command and Staff College in Kaduna. Senator Akobundu's military career unfolded within the Army Signal Corps, where he held numerous command and staff appointments, showcasing his expertise and leadership. Notable roles include Administrative Officer, Nigerian Army School of Signals in Apapa, Lagos, Adjutant 560 Signal Regiment, Officer Commanding 34 Self-Propelled Artillery Brigade Signal Squadron JOS, and General Staff Officer 3, Training Corps Brigade Mile 2 Apapa, Lagos, among other positions. He retired from the military service on April 10, 2000 as a colonel. Beyond the military, Senator Akobundu served as chairman of the Rivers State Project Monitoring and Implementation Committee and chairman of the Environmental Sanitation Authority in Rivers State. Transitioning to the political landscape, Senator Akobundu emerged as a stalwart within the People's Democratic Party (PDP). He has held several positions in the PDP, among which are Chairman, PDP Security Committee, Abia State, Chairman, PDP Fact-Finding Mission, Bauchi State, and Member, 2003 Presidential Inauguration Committee Security Subcommittee, Chairman, PDP Security and Intelligence Committee, Abia State, during the 2007 general elections. Senator Akobundu's leadership in the PDP reached its pinnacle when he assumed the role of National Vice Chairman / Zonal Chairman for the Southeast from 2012 to March 2015. In addition to his professional achievements, Senator Akobundu holds the traditional honor and title of Ochiaga 1 and Dike Akolamba 1 of Ikwano. He is the chairman CEO of the Nostro Group of Companies. On 15th of November 2023, he was sworn in as a Senator of the Federal Republic, replacing Senator Darlington Wokocha, who was sacked by the Appeal Court, to represent Abia Central Senatorial District in the 10th Senate. His legislative interests lie in the areas of delivering substantial democratic dividends to the constituents of Abia Central.
This brings us to the end of the program this week. Join us next week for another edition of Inside the Senate. Follow us on YouTube and Facebook for more updates on activities of the Red Chamber and its members. Thanks for watching.